All right, let's dive right in. We're going to explore a really powerful idea today, how you can take a single farm, just one plot of land, and turn it into a powerhouse of knowledge for an entire community. This is the whole concept behind something called a Community Learning Center, or a CLC. So how does it actually work? Let's break it down.
So just think about this for a second. What if your farm's success wasn't just your success? What if the new techniques you figured out, the smart tools you started using, what if all of that and the profits you made could ripple out and lift up every single farmer in your village? I mean, that's the big promise, right? That's the heart of what a community learning center is all about.
For so long, farming has felt like, well, a bit of a gamble, hasn't it? You're up against the weather, pests, crazy markets. It's a lot of guessing and hoping for the best. But the CLC model, it completely flips the script. It's about throwing out all that uncertainty and replacing it with solid knowledge. It's about creating a system where you're not just hoping, you're knowing, so you can grow consistently and, profitably.
Okay, so where do you even start with something this big? Well, it all kicks off with finding the right person. And listen, this isn't just about finding a good farmer. No, we're looking for a true community champion, someone who can be the heart of this entire vision, right there on their own land. Now, before we even get into skills or anything like that, there are 4 absolute must-haves. Think of these as the deal breakers. First off, farming has to be your main full-time job. This can't be a hobby. Second, you've got to have the land, at least 1 to 2 ropenny available. Third, a reliable source of water is absolutely essential. And finally, and this one is huge, you have to be genuinely happy to open up your farm and let other people come and learn. It has to be a classroom.
Okay, so once you've got those basics covered, we start looking a little deeper. And what's so interesting here is that it's not just about who's the best farmer. Look at the mix. Yeah, of course you need farming experience, but just as critical is that hunger to learn new things, and being good at sharing what you know, having your neighbors actually trust and listen to you. And this last one, the entrepreneurial spirit, that's key. You've got to see the farm as a business. It's that whole package that makes someone a true leader.
So, we found our leader. What's next? Well, now it's time to actually build the Learning Hub. This is all about getting the farm set up with a specific toolkit of climate-smart tech. And these aren't just random tools. They become the living, breathing curriculum for everyone else in the community.
And it all starts from the ground up, literally, with the soil. The whole CLC model is built on sustainable practices, like using vermicompost to make this amazing organic fertilizer and mulching to keep water in the soil where you need it. See, this isn't just about a quick fix to feed this season's plants. It's about building healthy, resilient land for years and years to come.
Next up, let's talk about water. Because let's face it, when you can't predict the rain, being efficient is everything. And this is where drip irrigation is just a total game changer. It gives every single plant the exact amount of water it needs right at the roots. No waste. Not a single drop is wasted. It all goes to growing the crop. And then you have the plastic tunnel. Think of it like a personal bodyguard for your crops. It's a shield against bad weather for sure, but the really incredible part, when you add an insect net, it keeps the pests out, and that means you can slash your use of chemical pesticides sometimes by as much as 80%. That's a massive win for your pocket and for the environment.
So, you see, the point is, a CLC isn't just some random collection of good ideas. It's a whole system that works together. And this starter kit, this is the non-negotiable foundation. You've got your drip irrigation, the plastic tunnel, a way to collect water, the vermicompost setup, tools that are designed to be easier for everyone to handle, and even a hand washing station. It's all about creating a safe, smart, and complete system.
Okay, so the farm is all set up, and we have our leader. But now for the big question. How does the learning part actually happen? I mean, how does all this great knowledge get from that one farm out to the rest of the village?
Well, it all works on a really cool idea called the hub and spoke model. It's super simple, but so powerful. Just picture it. The lead farmer's CLC is the hub, right in the center. That's where all the new tech gets tested and perfected. And the spokes, well, those are all the neighboring farmers who come to the hub to see what's working, learn how to do it, and then take those ideas back to their own farms.
And this is not a passive job at all. The lead farmer is making a real promise to their community. Their job is to test out the new stuff, to hold field days where they can actually show their neighbors the results, to teach anyone who's curious, and eventually to become that person, the go-to expert in the village that everyone can rely on.
And this commitment, it's not just a friendly handshake. It's so important that it's written right into the formal agreement, the MOU.
The farm is no longer just a place to grow food. It officially becomes a living laboratory, and its main job, its core mission, is to teach.
Now, teaching and sharing are amazing, but let's be real. For this whole thing to last, it has to make money. It needs to be profitable. From day one, a CLC is designed to be a sustainable business, not some project that needs funding forever. So let's take a look at how it actually turns a profit.
The key here is having multiple ways to make money. The lead farmer isn't just selling vegetables. Oh no, they're also selling high-quality seedlings from a nursery. They're renting out those specialized tools. They can even charge for their expertise, helping a neighbor set up their own system. They could even host farm tours for other groups. Every single one of these adds another layer of financial strength. It's smart business.
And honestly, it gets even smarter than that. The CLC can grow into a real one-stop shop for the entire community. Think about it. It solves two of the biggest headaches for small farmers. First, where to get good supplies. The CLC can provide quality seeds, tools, you name it. Second, how to get a good price. Well, the CLC can gather up the harvest from lots of small farms and sell it all in bulk. And when you sell in bulk, you get a way better price. It's a win-win.
This all sounds incredible, right? But it brings up the biggest, most important question. How does it survive long-term? What happens when the project funding that helped get it started runs out? That's the final piece of the puzzle. Making sure this center can stand on its own, forever woven into the fabric of the community.
The answer is partnering up with a local government. And let me be clear, this is not optional. It's absolutely essential for survival. Getting formally registered gives you legal status, it opens the door to getting into the official town budget, it gives you access to government grants and insurance, plus it gives the lead farmer official recognition as a local expert. It just makes everything solid.
And you know what? The process itself is actually pretty straightforward. It's a clear 5-step path. You get your documents together, you get a recommendation letter from your local ward, you apply to the municipality, you have them come out for a visit, and then boom, you get your official certificate. That registration is the bridge that takes you from being a temporary project to a permanent local institution.
So in the end, what you've really built is a true partnership. You've got the public part, that's the government providing support. You've got the private part, that's the lead farmer's business driving the profit. And you've got the community, all the neighbors who are learning and succeeding. When those three work together, you create this incredible self-sustaining cycle of success.
So you see, a community learning center is so much more than just a new way to farm. It's a blueprint for creating local leaders, for building economic independence, and for making communities stronger and more resilient. The seeds for that entire future, they're planted right there, in the soil of just one farm. The only question left is, who's ready to lead the way?